Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the Black Moon Lilith in Cancer. And anyway, thing about the Black Moon Lilith in Cancer, first thing I want to point out is, well, firstly, if you have this position, it could indicate that somebody with a Cancer sun, moon, or ascendant may figure prominently in your life scheme, or it could be very adversarial. It could play a dominant role one way or another. And having this position, well, the Black Moon Lilith can bring out a very strong negative manifestation of the zodiac sign it's in. Now, in this particular case, it could bring out a very defensive person, somebody, maybe in some extremes, could be paranoid even, bring out compulsive hoarding issues, somebody that really takes real strong offense to anything derisive or derogatory, can react very sensitively to this. It could indicate a person that really can be perhaps connected with some kind of emotional manipulation. This could also be, when I look at this, the Black Moon Lilith is also, could indicate that thing, that area that puts us in fear or a strong state of trepidation. And in this particular case, it could be a loss of emotional connection with somebody, or just in general being left out on their own could be another example of this. Something being isolated, being in desolation, those kind of things could be something that could put this person in a lot of fear. Now, the Black Moon Lilith could also represent that area in life where one may try to extricate oneself from, but have strong difficulty doing this. In this case, this could be an emotionally abusive situation. It could be something where this person's had to endure a lot of negative things hurled at him or her, perhaps by family members, opprobrious language being hurled at this person. It could indicate a situation where they feel they're not getting a lot of sympathy or a lot of compassion from others. This could be also the Black Moon Lilith in astrology can represent that dark side, and that side that you really are reluctant to have unveiled or disclosed to others. And in this case, it could be some emotional issues. It could indicate being excessively or overly introverted to a point where the person might even be like a hermit or be reclusive. There could be some hoarding issues. There can also be some difficulty, perhaps even with self-love. Now, another thing too with the Black Moon Lilith is as far as the raw sexual nature of this person that has this, well, this could be a person that might entice prospective sexual lovers by acting hurt, acting vulnerable, which could simply be a facade to bring these people in. And they may often play and feed off other people's sympathy and emotions. Now, this could be a person too that may have really maybe felt difficulty in perhaps getting love from family during the time they were growing up. They might feel some condemnation from family members. They might feel like maybe one or more might have ostracized them, or felt like they were that one family member that just didn't quite fit in, kind of like the square peg in the round hole syndrome. And this could be somebody that might become overly sensitive, and because keep in mind the zodiac sign Cancer is a sign that can really understand the subtle ways that people convey messages and communicate to each other. So when someone has the Black Moon in Lilith in Cancer, sometimes this could be imagined as far as hearing something and thinking, well, this was a reference to me, this was a subtle reference to me, I'm not going to let him or her say this and act like nothing happened. And as a result, consequently, this could result in a very intense and strong emotional overreaction, which I think is kind of similar to like the Mars and Cancer being in the detriment. And this is, and really, when you have the Black Moon Lilith in Cancer, it is not a great place to have it. But this is when you look at the Black Moon Lilith in Cancer. I mean, I can kind of relate to this because I don't have the Black Moon Lilith in Cancer in my natal chart, but I have it in a similar position. I have it in the 4th house, so I kind of understand how these people, what these people go through to some degree. And the thing about this is it's important to remember that there is a higher level that can be embraced in this. And I think when I look at this, if you embrace the higher level, a lot of this can pertain to self-love and show, and maybe even some Cancer patriotism, being really showing more security in your own self and being able to nurture the right people. I think what this position does is it can give us a propensity, unfortunately, to attract people in your life that might be detrimental to you on an emotional level. They might see that there might sense some sensitivity in you, and what they do is these people, unfortunately, might have the ability then to feed off of that. And then they know what to say, necessarily what to say. It could be actions. It could be talking about how they feel about something. And that might get the Black Moon Lilith and Cancer going a little bit, so to speak, and agitate that person and take it strongly to heart. See, having the Black Moon Lilith and Cancer, that could be that side. Black Moon Lilith is what, especially if your natal chart is one where you don't have a very strong water emphasis and you generally may not show a very emotional side, but this could be that suppressed side, that concealed side that you don't want to show. And especially, let's say, and even in some small isolated cases, that you're a person in your natal chart, you don't have any planets in water, and let's say your MC, your ascendant, are non-water signs, but you got the old Black Moon Lilith in Cancer. Well, this could strongly indicate then that perhaps you might have a little more emotion that what you're allowing to say, and some people may be able to detect this, and this could really hurt you a lot more than what a lot of people would anticipate if they just saw the rest of your chart, but they were oblivious to the Black Moon Lilith and Cancer spot. So I thought that would be interesting. But anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the Black Moon Lilith and Cancer. And stay tuned next time, where I will be talking about the Black Moon Lilith in Leo. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.